Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As promised, I am doing a get to know me video, and I'm going to also be answering some of your questions. I think this is a really cool way to get to know each other. Obviously, if you follow me, I want you to feel like you know me. I want you to feel comfortable enough to share parts of yourself with me so that I feel like I know you. And I just feel like this is a good way to start building up this community even more. One of my ideas of this is that I want it to feel like friends. I want you to feel like when you're watching me, we are just having a chat like friends, and the best way to make friends is to get to know each other. So get to know me. I'm gonna do my makeup while we do this because it's just fun and we all girls here. So I'm starting off with the Catrice Vitamin C Fresh Glow Primer. I've recently found a combination that I really like of primer, glow booster and foundation. I've been absolutely loving it, so I'm going to share that with you today. So the primer, I'm obviously using this Vitamin C one from Catrice. So get to know me. My name is Kerry, and I chose the name Candidly Kerry because I wanted to be candid. I wanted to be myself. I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to be honest about my struggles. And it especially came in a time where social media wasn't the best for our mental health because it just was this extreme highlight reel. There was very little people portraying like sustainable, honest lives. Not to say that the people who were sharing weren't being honest, but we all know social media is a highlight reel and we all spend a lot of time on social media. So if you're spending all of your time watching people's highlight reels, you're just going to feel like your life is crap. Let's be real. You're going to feel like your house isn't good enough, your body isn't good enough, you haven't achieved enough. So I wanted to be an honest, open voice amongst all of that, which is why I started Candidly Kerry. I'm now going in with the Essence Magic Filter Glow Booster. Obsessed with this stuff. It's like 80 Rand. It gives you the most beautiful glow, and it seems to be working well with almost every product I put over it. So I am 35 years old and I live in Durban. I have pets, of which one of them is jumping up to say hello. This is Matilda, aka Tilly, aka Chicken, and she is my absolute baby. She's a naughty little shit and is probably getting makeup all over her now, but this is your introduction to my chicken. So as I was saying, I'm 35 years old, I live in Durban. I have a partner named Vickers, and he is the absolute best. He is my best friend, my soulmate, my everything, and I'm just so unbelievably grateful for him. I don't have children of my own, but Vickers has children, so I am a bonus mom, aka stepmom, whatever you want to call me, and I absolutely love it. I feel, crazy as this is going to sound, I made the decision to not have my own children, but I do feel like I was meant for this role. I don't share too much about the children online because obviously I want to protect everybody's privacy. But yeah, Jess, who is 16 years old, she's happy to feature on my social media, so you'll see her around here. Absolutely love that child to death. Okay, so now that the glow booster is all blended in, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is the dewy one, Dewy Girl for Life. So I was married. I got divorced a couple of years ago, and as much as I don't make that a big part of me, like that doesn't define me, I like to mention it every now and then because it was a very pivotal moment in my life. It was a moment that I had realized I wanted more for myself. It was a moment I realized my worth, and I will never stop preaching that. I'm not necessarily advocating divorce or broken families or anything of the sort, but what I am advocating is doing what's best for you, knowing your worth. And honestly, it was a rough time, but it was without a doubt the best decision for me. And I think that's an important part of my story to share because it was a big step, it was brave, it was scary, it took more than I could ever have imagined to do, to actually take that step and do it. But I did it, so I'm proud of that. And if I can be the strength for anybody else who needs to realize their worth and make changes in their life, I'd like to do that. Okay, so I've been loving using a brush for my foundation, but I just always go over with a blender to make sure there's no streaks, no lines, and everything is 100% blended in where it needs to be. So yeah, that's pretty much about my personal life. You'll see Vicus around the vlogs, and on YouTube you'll see Jess a little bit. I'm not going to share too much information about any of the other children, but yeah, that is my family life. I have no siblings. I have an incredible mother who is like my best friend. I'm so grateful for her every single day, and she is without a doubt one of my biggest role models. So let's chat about career and work. Now, going in with the Essence Baby Got Bronze, absolutely love this product. So for work, I am a fashion merchandiser. A lot of you always ask me because you see my stories or my videos and it looks very intriguing because I'm often posting about clothes and things. It is very exciting. I didn't study fashion. I was just very fortunate enough that I worked really, really hard in order to be noticed and to get a foot in the door. Once I got a foot in the door, I worked my ass off. I learned every little thing I possibly could. I paid so much attention. I dedicated myself, and yeah, I've managed to work my way up from starting in a fashion company as a shipping coordinator / receptionist. I am now a senior fashion merchandiser and office manager. So honestly, my career is one of my most proud and biggest accomplishments. I have always wanted to be a career woman. I have always wanted to succeed and make a big name for myself. And yeah, I'm on that path. So in terms of what I actually do day to day, I obviously work with clothes. I might do a separate video where I describe my job more because I feel like there's a lot of things to say, a lot of ins and outs. I'm just going to grab my mirror to make sure I'm just like blending all over my face. I don't know where it's going. I don't know if it's working. Yeah, that seems to be good. So yeah, I might, if you're interested, do another video on my career and my jobs. Let me know. But yeah, I am a fashion merchandiser. I basically supply retailers. I'm like a middleman. It is very admin based, not as glitz and glam as you would think, but I absolutely love it because fashion is my passion. As for me and who I am, I would say I'm more of an introvert, but I can turn it on when I need to, but I need to like take my time to recover. I do suffer with anxiety, which obviously has a massive impact on my life, but I've put a lot of work into that to try and control it as much as I can. I get overwhelmed and overstimulated really, really quickly and easily, which makes life a bit hard sometimes, and it makes stressful situations even harder to deal with when you're feeling overwhelmed and anxious and overstimulated by everything. But fortunately, I have very supportive people in my life who are there for me every step of the way and who help me through those moments of overwhelm. I'd like to think I'm very friendly, very kind. I'm quite bubbly, but again, sometimes I just need to take a moment, so I'm not necessarily always bubbly, but I try and be as friendly, kind, positive as what I can be. I like to show up as myself. It's taken me so many years to learn to embrace, love, and accept myself for who I am. So now I like to show up as myself, and I know people won't like it. I know people won't like me. I know people won't like my body. I know people won't like my stance on being body positive, but this is me. I've worked hard to be who I am, to get where I am, and I will show up as her. Now going in with the Essence Baby Got Blush for blush. So why I started Candidly Carey, obviously I did explain parts of it to you, but there are many, many more reasons that I did that. If you hear crying, it's Chicken. She wants to get onto my lap. Come on, Chicken. Come on, Mummy's filming. You can't be on my lap all the time. Do you want to say hello to YouTube again? Do you like the YouTube people? Do you like your new YouTube friends? Say hello. Say hello. So yeah, obviously I wanted to be like an authentic, honest voice. I wanted to just show up as myself. But on the flip side, I wanted to do it for women. So I have always felt this like thing inside of me, and I cannot explain it, but it's always been there, that I'm meant to do like big things and help people. And it's taken me so long and so much trial and error and because I feel it so strongly, I was trying so hard to like find that purpose, because I could just like, I needed to be doing what I meant to be doing. I needed to be fulfilling that purpose and that feeling that I feel so strongly in me. So this is it. This is, I mean, it's essentially just sharing things on the internet, but it's helping women. And I feel like that is the purpose, yeah. I was extremely self-conscious. I absolutely hated my body. I was that woman, well, that girl who was on the beach in jeans because my legs were pale and I didn't want to show them. I remember vividly the first day I found a stretch mark behind my leg. I had gone to Mr. Price, bought a cute little dress that sat just above the knees because it was my birthday celebration. We were going out to a club that night, and I had gone to buy a new dress for the celebration. I got back home, put the dress on, trying on the outfit together. I turned around and I looked from behind me into the mirror, and I noticed a stretch mark behind my knee. It was the worst day. I took that dress straight back, and from then onwards, I did not wear anything that was above the knee. Brain fart. I didn't wear anything that was above the knee, but at the same time, I was so conscious of my pale legs that I didn't like to show them either. So there was this constant like conflict of trying to hide the things I didn't like, trying to hide my body. I'm in my like teens and 20s. I'm trying to like put myself out there, trying to make friends, trying to do things in my career, but I was just this like super self-conscious person. It affected many areas of my life. I mean, if I can honestly, genuinely say to you now, if I hadn't worked on my confidence and my self-worth and built myself up, I would 100% not have gotten to where I did in my career. I probably wouldn't be in the relationship I'm in because I wouldn't have felt like I deserved better or I deserved a person as good as what I've got now. So I can safely say if I were still that insecure 20-year-old girl that I was, I would 100% not be where I am. And that's why I do this, is because I want to help women get to that point as quickly as they can so that you're not wasting their time, you're not wasting your life. We have literally one life to live and we need to make the best of it. So yeah, and then on the flip side, I absolutely love fashion. As I've said, I love makeup. And I also, affordability and budget friendliness is a massive thing for me. I grew up extremely poor. Everything was bargain hunting. That was my life. It is in my DNA. So I never want to let go of that part of myself, even if I were to become a millionaire. Like, it's just in me, it's in my roots, and I'm not ashamed of it. And it also helps add to my belief that I want, and I feel like everybody deserves to feel and look their best no matter your budget. So yeah, that is pretty much me and Candidly Kerry wrapped up. I think I'm going to get into your questions, otherwise this video might get too long. I'm going to have to put you down now, my chicken, because I need to actually blend this blush before it just stays in little balls on my face. So let's blend this blush quickly. Yeah, that has dried down quite a bit. So I'm just going to blend this in quickly, and then I'm going to grab my phone so that we can work through the questions you guys had for me. You guys had amazing questions, and I'm actually really, really excited to answer them. Okay, we're going to start off with a really cool question, which is, what do you eat on your pancakes? So I actually enjoy sweet and savory pancakes, but I must say I do love a good old sugar and cinnamon pancake. But my absolute favorites would be, I love caramel and banana combination. Like, that to me is the best combination in the world. So it would be that, or it would be strawberries and chocolate, because I also love that. Also though, mince and cheese pancakes are next level. So that's what I eat on my pancakes. Okay, I've had to pick the big baby up again so that she stops crying in my video. Okay, so the next question was, one luxury brand you really want to own. This is easy for me, a Chanel bag. I absolutely love Chanel, and a Chanel bag is my literal dream. In terms of whether or not it's going to happen, I have no clue, but it is a dream, and we're going to hold on to it, and we're going to put it on the vision board, and maybe one day it'll happen. Next question. Current favorite TV show? It's a tough one. I love reality TV. Absolutely love it. Love Island, Love is Blind, all of those sorts of shows, absolutely love those. So you can take that as always my current fave, whatever's showing of that, I'm absolutely loving it. Current show, I would say, is probably Emily in Paris, because a new season has come out. Absolutely love that show. All-time favorite show, I do have loads, but the Bold Type. Bold Type is, it's literally everything that I love. It's got fashion, it's got girls, it's got relationships and romance, it's got struggles as a woman. It is such a good show. If you haven't watched it, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It is brilliant. Dream travel destination, but solo travel. So it used to be Paris, but I do feel like I'd be scared to go somewhere where there's a language barrier alone. And it's just, yeah, it's changed. It's not Paris anymore. I'd probably say New York. I know it's a cliche, but I watch a lot of shows and movies that are based in New York, and I'd love to just see it for myself. I'd love to walk the streets. I'd love to do the shopping. I'm a fashion girl, New York. What is your daily job? So I did kind of answer that already. I am a senior fashion merchandiser and office manager. And again, let me know if you want me to go into more detail about that. I can definitely do that. Okay. How do you balance your job and content creation? It's a tricky one. I spend most weekends doing content creation. I do struggle to do it at night, just because lighting at night, I need to invest in much better lighting. I do try what I can. So a lot of the time I'll film content on the weekend and then edit during the week. Honestly, it is a big priority to me, so I try my best to make time. But it's not always easy. But it is helped by the fact that I love doing it and I'm passionate about it. So that obviously does make a huge difference. But yeah, I don't have a proper answer, because sometimes I don't even get it right. But yeah, I do lots of planning. I try and schedule things. Yeah, I just try and keep as organized as I can to see where I've got time and where I can slot it in. I hope that answers and helps your question. She does not want to go down. My arm's getting so tired, and I need to finish my makeup. Come chicken. Okay, I'm going to move on to some of the more intense questions, if I can put it that way. So what and who inspires you? So my mom is a big inspiration to me. She's an incredible person. She's kind of overcome so many hardships in her life, and whenever I'm going through a rough time, I just remember what her and I've been through, and that just kind of inspires me to know that every hard time I've gotten through, so I will get through this hard time. And then honestly, just women who are doing the things, you know, showing up as themselves, making a difference, following their dreams, like all of that stuff really, really inspires me. So a lot of people inspire me. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. How would you describe happiness? So happiness has to come from within, I feel. You're never going to find, like, you can't rely on other people for your own happiness. So you can't rely on like a boyfriend or a partner to make you happy. It's got to come from within. And I feel like the way that you find that happiness is, firstly, you find the things that you love doing and you're passionate about. So I'm talking like hobbies, things that make you feel good. So is it exercise? Is it reading? Is it crafts? Those are a big key in long-term happiness, I feel. If you've got those things that you can escape to when things get rough, that helps. I definitely feel like putting into yourself, so self-care, taking care of yourself, being mindful and knowing when your cup is empty. Okay, it's empty, it's time to fill it. Not allowing yourself to just go on like auto, you know, just being mindful constantly and changing, correcting, fixing what you can to sort of keep those spirits up. Yeah, and then day to day, I just feel like, yeah, just doing the things that you love, being surrounded by the people that you love, creating things that you love, whether that's creating a home that you love, creating like a platform that you love, creating dreams and goals and things that you love. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Who's your role model and why? So I have explained that would definitely be my mom if I had to pick one. Was there a certain way that you dressed before you decided this is it? Okay, so this is going to be a longish answer, so I'm going to continue this makeup. I'm now going in with my Essence Lash and Brow Gel. Don't look at my brows, they are in a state. I need to go and have them waxed because they are overgrown, but we're just gonna make do. So yes, I must admit I have always been a print lover. I've always gravitated towards prints, but they're definitely bolder and brighter now than what they were before. I used to pretty much be a jeans and t-shirt girl because, like I said, I hated my legs. I was trying to hide my body. So yeah, I mean, I would have the odd day where I'd wear like a pretty dress, but ultimately I definitely wasn't anywhere near to where I am now. And in terms of deciding this is it, I just felt good and happy when I was in colors and prints, and I realized that that was when I felt most confident. Like, if I would, at the end of a week, look back at the week and think about my outfits and the days I felt the best, it always kind of, it was for the same outfits. It would be the colorful, the prints, anything that made me feel good. So now, I wouldn't say I have a specific style, as much as it might look like I do, because I do wear a lot of similar things. I don't have a dedicated style. I wear whatever makes me happy. So it's literally based on my mood. If I walk into a shop, something makes me happy on the hanger, I try it on and I like it on me, then that's what I'll wear. Also, obviously, Pinterest and social media has had a big part of that, because there's things I wear now that I wouldn't have worn before because I would have been conscious of my body or scared to wear them, but then I see them on other people with bodies like mine and it looks really good. I think it looks really good, so then I'll try it on myself. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got here. It was taking like baby steps, and spreading my wings and trying new things. And if I was afraid to wear it to like a big event, then I just like test the waters and wear it to the shop. So yeah, I actually do want to do a video on like plus size fashion, feeling confident, finding your style. So I will definitely go more into that in that video. But yeah, that's a brief answer to the question. Are you from Cape Town? No, I'm not. I'm actually from Durban. I did spend my whole childhood in Joburg, but I've never lived in Cape Town. Do love Cape Town though. How did you start your journey as a content creator? So I actually wanted to be a writer. Funny story. I wanted to be a fashion writer. That was my like dream career. But I couldn't study after school. And I decided to start a blog because at that time blogs were a thing. So I decided to start a blog, and it just kind of grew from there. From the blog you start social media. Blogs kind of died down, and yeah, I just carried on with social media. I've tried many different things, different like themes of content, niches. There was a time where I was going through a heavy makeup phase, so I was completely dedicated to makeup, hardly any fashion. Then I decided I wanted to do like a crafting, arty social media. I tried that out, but I've always come back to like loving yourself, body positivity, fashion. So yeah, that's how I knew. Like I knew it just had to be this because I kind of always came back to this. Next question. I would like to know how you got to be so positive about your body and be confident despite all the negative people that will discourage you. Were you always this bold? Okay, let's unpack this with some more makeup. I'm going to do some highlighter. This is the Rare Beauty highlighter. It is, absolutely love it. So firstly, I was definitely not always this bold, not by a long shot. I did a lot of work to get to where I wanted to be. I was not happy with where I was and who I was. I was hiding myself. I was making myself small. I was not going after the things I wanted to go for because I wasn't bold and because I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't confident. I just got, honestly, I just got tired of it. Like I say, I feel like I'm meant for big, bold things, and you've got to be bold to do those things then. And yeah, I realized I wasn't going to get anywhere by not putting myself out there, and the only way I could put myself out there was to start being more confident. So I started working on that, and the way that I worked on that was I read a lot, I listened to a lot of podcasts, I found ladies like myself, I just consumed their content. Confidence is like a muscle. You got to keep working at it. It's all in us. You've just got to work on it. You can't say you're not confident, because you are confident. You just might not feel that confidence. So it's pretty much like I say, it's a muscle. You've got to work on it, just like how you go to the gym, try and work on abs or whatever it is. You got to keep working at the confidence, and 100% is not easy, and there is not always a dedicated straight line to how to do it, but you just got to keep trying. And yeah, there's hate, there's negativity. I mean, I'm fat, people think I'm unhealthy, people judge me, but I've just learned that people are going to judge me regardless. I could be thin, I could be fat, I could be tall, I could be short. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't like me, who doesn't agree with what I'm doing or wearing. And it kind of ties into what I was talking when I was talking about happiness, is like, you've got to find the things for you. And if I'm constantly caring about what other people think of me, or if I'm feeding into the negativity, I myself am never going to be happy with myself or with my life or in the day-to-day. So you just got to kind of block out all that noise and put a focus on yourself and realize who you are. You are not just your body. Within your body is a person who has fought really big battles, who's achieved amazing things, who has people who love them, who has a body that works for them. It might not be a picture perfect body, but think about it. Every single day that you wake up, your body is working for you. So it might not be aesthetically pleasing, but it is a beautiful body because it's doing what it needs to do for you. And I feel like we need to appreciate that more, because it's so easy to just hate your body because it doesn't look a certain way. But what about your poor body? It is doing the most for you, and you need to show it some love. And yes, a way that you can show it love is to treat it well, nourish it, fuel it, exercise it. But just because you're fat does not mean that you're not doing those things. So yeah, I think I answered your question, but I also want to say I'm going to be doing loads of videos on these sorts of topics, because it is obviously something I'm passionate about. I'm no professional, but I can only speak on my own experiences. So I will definitely be delving into a lot more of this in a lot more detail. So just stay tuned. Okay, so then somebody asked me how your interest in fashion started and what career you are in which enables you to travel. So my interest in fashion started from a little girl. I was that girl who dressed up. My mom would take photos of me, and it's actually so ironic because it's literally what I do now. It started from a child. I'll see if I can find some of those pictures and insert them here. But my mom literally used to dress me up and do photo shoots with me. So it's come full circle. I'm now doing my own photos. I'm dressing up, I'm taking photos and doing little photo shoots. So yeah, pretty much from a little girl. It's always been there. And I'm a fashion merchandiser, and I get to travel because we have meetings, like meeting points with all the people involved. So that is how I get to travel. But again, I'll do a more in-depth video on that. I'd love to hear and see more of you challenging weight norms and fat phobia. Okay, so this is a heavy one. I'm going to do my mascara while we chat about this. This is a heavy one to unpack. Fat phobia is a terrible, terrible thing. And I just think if we try to be, I'm using the Essence Lash Princess mascara, by the way. if we all just tried to be a bit kinder and a bit more mindful of the fact that just by looking at a person, you don't know that person, you don't know what's going on in their lives, you don't know what their health is. You could look at somebody and say, she's fat, she's unhealthy. She could be healthy. You could look at someone and say, she's thin, she's super healthy. She could be very unhealthy. And if we could just understand that you don't know somebody by just looking at them, you don't know their health status, you don't know their mental health status, you know literally nothing. And if only that could sink in to everybody, then there'd be less fat phobia, there'd be less judgment. So when I experience like body shaming or fat phobia, I'm at the point now where it drives me even more. So I had a comment on one of my videos from a lady saying I was trying on like a bodycon dress, and she was saying how she can see my saggy belly. That made me want to make a video where I was showing off my saggy belly. Because I'm just at that point now where I'm like, if you're going to say something like that, I'm going to put it in your face, because it's obviously bugging you. It's obviously irritating you. There's obviously some form of negativity you feel towards it. So I'm going to put it even more in your face. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's sort of where I'm at when it comes to body shaming and fat phobia negativity towards me. But I am very protective of the people around me, the people on my social pages, because they might not be in that mindset. I was once that girl and might still be that girl some days. I think if I got a really, really harsh or negative comments, I might not be able to handle it like that. I try to be super mindful of people who are not there and who are still struggling and walking that like really difficult path of being comfortable in your body. So again, these are things that I want to discuss more about. It's definitely something that I feel needs more open discussion, and maybe if I can put it into words in a way that more people can understand so that they can be more mindful, then that'll be great. I will say it's not easy to put myself out there. I know that I'm opening myself up to negativity. I know that people are going to look at me and think you are a terrible person, you're a fat person, you're this, you're that, because fat phobia runs deep in some people. But honestly, I'm willing to take it if it means I can help people. And I always think of what many people, there's many quotes, there's many people who talk about this, but it is always more of a reflection on them than it is on you. So I always try to be mindful of that. If you've got a problem with me being fat, that's literally your problem. It's not my problem. So yeah. Okay, so now back to the little quick fire ones. How far in advance do you buy clothes at work? Like how many seasons ahead are you? So we are currently we're going into spring summer 24, and we are discussing winter 25. So it's usually like 2-3 seasons ahead of time. It's hectic, but it's interesting. Okay, do you have creator goals you set for yourself and tips for keeping to them? I definitely have goals. I think my tips for like achieving them and sticking to them is just staying consistent, because I know that with consistency and with hard work, I will probably get there or get close to. If I just give up, it's never going to happen. So I think staying consistent. Even when I doubt myself, I try and push through. Even when I have a really bad day, like I had the other day, I was like, why am I doing this? I try and push through that and just carry on, because I know I will eventually get there. It's taken me a very long time to grow my platform to where it currently is, and to actually gain the sort of traction that I'm gaining now. I'm on a steady, like, upward trajectory at the moment, but it's taken really long to get here, and that's literally just been because I've gotten here because I've been consistent and I've just pushed through and I've just never given up. I do have goals. There's obviously like dream brands that I'd like to work with. There's things that I'd like to do that go beyond just content creation, like meetups and offering like help in, I don't want to say too much, but offering like personalized help. So yeah, I definitely have loads of big goals, and I'm just going to stay consistent and keep working at them to achieve them. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this video off here. My voice is actually getting quite sore talking. This is the makeup look. I need to just finish my lips, but I want to eat something first before I do that. But yeah, this is the look. It's looking very glowy and dewy, just the way I like it. Hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, any topics you'd like me to like chat on in more depth, please leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It would mean the absolute world. And thank you so much for being the amazing humans that you all are. I absolutely love you guys and appreciate you. And yeah, let's just keep this going. Let's become besties. Thanks for watching. Bye.